Can you use film clips in your lecture slides and presentations that you're giving in a live presentation? Hi, I'm attorney Gordon Firemark, and this is Asked and Answered, where I answer your entertainment law questions to help you take your career and business to the next level. A web visitor wrote in with this question. She asks, "Hi, I'm currently working on a presentation for a series of lectures that will be given to the general public, and I want to use clips from several copyrighted documentary films to include in my presentation. What are the laws concerning using copyrighted materials for reproduction, and how do I go about getting permission to use such materials? Because I'll be using materials from various sources, I imagine purchasing licenses would be costly, so are there ways to get licenses for free or at a low cost? Eventually, I want to produce my own documentary film using these same materials. Is this possible?" All right, thank you for your question. The basic rule is that you can't use copyright protected material without the consent of the owner, except if, in the United States, your use is a fair use. And I have a video on that over at firemark.com/fair use. So you'll need to go through the process we lawyers usually call clearance, or clearing the rights. To do that involves several steps. Identify the material you're using as specifically as possible by time code or scene number. Identify the owners of the material in question. Ask for the permission or the license that you need. I generally refer to free licenses as permission, but that's really just a gratis license. This often involves submitting a written request that details the exact material you want to use and explaining the context, sometimes by providing script pages or a description, and then negotiate the fee if there's one involved. Now get this agreement in writing and keep it for your records. Unfortunately, there is no central one-stop shop for these kinds of licenses, and cost will vary widely depending on the material and your project. For a lecture or a slide deck, it may be possible to get free licenses. You'll also need to be careful that any people appearing in the clips you have given proper permission, or that there's some reason that they needn't have done so. If it's professional actors or musicians or other performers that are involved, it's likely that they'll be entitled to some kind of a reuse fee, and they may have to give their explicit permission. Now, if you plan to produce a documentary film, it might be wise to include that request at the same time that you ask about the lecture slide deck part of things. That way, you'll have everything handled at once, even if you separate out the fee for each kind of use, sort of on a if this happens, then we'll pay that much kind of a basis. You'll want to make sure that the license agreements cover all of your intended uses fully, so it's wise to talk to a lawyer familiar with these kinds of things before signing any unfamiliar documents. Now, if you have a question you'd like to see here on Asked and Answered, just visit firemark.com/questions and let me know. And I'll see you next time.